Starting with problem 30 on the study guide for trig test 3. This is another one of those problems where it's sort of like true-false. If the cosine of 2x equals the square root of negative 2, can x equal 5 pi over 4? So I'm saying that we can rewrite that as the cosine of 2 times 5 pi over 4. I want to know if that equals negative square root of 2. Simplify this expression. 2 times 5 pi over 4 is the cosine of 5 pi over 2. I want to know if that equals the opposite of the square root of 2. You know that this 5 pi over 2 is like 2 1/2 pi. When you go around the unit circle one time, you're here. Another pi over 2 puts you right here. Look at your unit circle. When you're at 90 degrees, is cosine square root of 2? No, it is not. Therefore, this answer is no. Number 31. Find all solutions of 2 cosine of x plus square root of 3 equals 0. This is just like solve. We're going to rewrite this with cosine of x on one side and everything else on the other. So subtract square root of 3 from both sides. Divide both sides by 2. Now I'm just asking you, what angles have a cosine of negative square root of 3 over 2? Look at your unit circle. Find the places where that first number is negative square root of 3 over 2. That would be 150 degrees and 210 degrees. Look at the radian measures in those places. 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6. On the study guide, some of the answers will say plus 2n pi and plus 2n pi. The reason the answers are written that way is because here I am at 5 pi over 6. If I go around 2 pi, I will add 360 degrees to this angle, and I will be right back here where cosine is negative square root of 3 over 2. That is why we can say plus 2n pi, because no matter how many times we go around, when we stop right here, cosine is going to be negative square root of 3 over 2. Number 32. Solve 5 times the sine of x plus 5 times the square root of 2 equals 3 times the sine of x plus 4 times the square root of 2. You're trying to solve an equation, so you're trying to get sine on one side by itself and everything else on the other. Subtract 3 sine of x from each side. Subtract 5 times the square root of 2 from each side. You will have 2 sine of x equals the square root, equals negative square root of 2. Divide both sides by 2. Now, I am asking you, what angles have a sine of negative square root of 2 over 2? I know that you know those are angles in the third and fourth quadrant, where theta prime is 45. Be this angle. And it would be this angle. Easiest way for you to find these is to look on your unit circle. At this point, sine is negative square root of 2 over 2. That is 5 pi over 4. The other place is 7 pi over 4. Both of these answers will have that plus 2n pi. So 5 pi over 4 plus 2n pi. And the same thing with 7 pi over 4 plus 2n pi. We found these answers by just strictly looking at the unit circle and finding where sine is negative square root of 2 over 2.